It's time for Waking Up with Wesley. Today's forecast and weather-wise discussion with WLOX First Alert Weather's senior meteorologist, Wesley Williams.
Hello there, South Mississippi, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm senior meteorologist Wesley Williams. Thanks for waking up with Wesley. We are going to take a look at what's cooking on your Thanksgiving weather outlook. And spoiler alert, it's cold out there. Like I said earlier today in GMM, it's cold. Where's your turkey? Think of the turkeys, folks. It's important to keep them warm today. Go find your turkey and put it in the oven. Keep it warm. And keep yourself warm too. I think, well, we won't be going in the oven, but we will want to put a sweater on as we put those turkeys in the oven. We are expecting sweater weather for this Thursday, with plenty of sunny, dry conditions. And there will be a possibility of frost tomorrow morning. We're still going to take a look at the latest information on that and take a look at the Sunday potential for some rain showers too. So without further ado, let's get right to the information. Here's a look at what's happening this morning. Temperatures have dropped into the 40s. Earlier this morning we had 30s. And we've also been seeing wind chills into the 30s. So if you were out earlier over the last hour or two, yeah, it's felt pretty chilly. And that's because the wind is not calm. There is just a little bit of a breeze. Most of the winds at this moment in time are around 10 to 15 miles per hour. And we actually are going to see them stay that way as we go into the day ahead. So there just might be that wind chill factor that you might have to put up with at times on Thursday. So if you're going to be, in a house, a cozy, comfortable home surrounded by friends and family and the warmth of love of Thanksgiving, you won't have to worry about, layering up or whatever. But if you're literally going to walk outside in this stuff, yeah, you want layers, you want a sweater. And frankly, this morning, you probably want to consider a heavier sweater, if not a coat, with how chilly it has been. And with that wind, it really makes a difference. But the good news about today, I know yesterday we had a mix of sun and clouds. Today might be just kind of one of those purely sunny days. And ooh, I'm just looking at that pie right there. My mind's already thinking forward to how many plates I'm going to have later today. But one thing that's not going to be on our weather plate today is a raindrop. We have 0% chance for rain. So as you are traveling to and or from your Thanksgiving festivities, you won't have to worry about wet roads being a concern for South Mississippi and really for much of the Gulf Coast region. We have a dry high pressure ridge nearby, and that's going to help to keep our weather dry as we go into today, tomorrow, and parts of Saturday. Then maybe we'll see some change up by Sunday. There's also an upper low and an east coast trough. That's what's helping to pull down that colder air. It's pushing the jet stream farther southward, and we're getting that cooler push of air straight out of Canada, straight out of the polar region, frankly. So here's a look at what you've got for the temperatures tonight. I told you it's going to be cold, and we're still monitoring those overnight temperatures. Look at the numbers you're seeing. So if you have any plans in the evening, it's not going to be that cold, right? 6 p.m., 53 in Ocean Springs, 50 in Wiggins. 8 p.m., 47 in Picayune, 50 in Long Beach. But then we go overnight after midnight, and that's when some of our coastal places could drop to the mid to upper 30s. Our inland areas could drop to the middle 30s. And I think I might be generous with the 35. You might go to 34, 33 in a few isolated spots, but I do think we'll see widespread middle 30s. So when you have it that cold, along with the sky being mostly clear, along with the winds finally calming down tomorrow morning, that's how we can get frost to form. And the latest information does show a couple of spots that we're going to be watching for those higher chances for frost. That would be primarily along the Pearl River, so places near Waveland, near Diamond Head, near Picayune, and near the state line. That's where you have that better chance. It also looks like we've got another zone with maybe some more better chances not too far from the Pascagoula River. So that also includes places near Pascagoula, Gaucher, Van Cleve, as well as Bendale, and maybe areas near Big Level in Wiggins. Those are probably going to be two of our most likely zones. I should also not leave out Loosedale, so I'll redraw that one. I was mainly drawing along the Pascagoula River but then y'all just, despite not being near the Pascagoula River, just you have it cold also in Lucedale too. So if you're in one of those circled areas, be thinking for Friday morning, tomorrow morning, there's a possibility, a pretty good possibility of seeing some frost due to those conditions. What's frost? What is that? Is it like stuff that makes the road slippery? Absolutely not. So we're not talking about that, but we are talking about that thin layer of ice that you could see forming on your car's windshield. And that can impact your drive as you'll be slowed down as it takes time to defrost your car's windshield. So that's why I'm just giving you that early heads up. If you're one of those people that hunts those early morning deals on Black Friday, you want to consider maybe allowing for some extra travel time. It's not going to take like 5 or 10 minutes to defrost. This would be a very light layer of frost, so you're probably only going to need like an extra 1 or 2 minutes, but just know it's something that could slow you down in the morning, and I don't want you to be caught off guard by that. It's not going to stay cold in the 30s all Black Friday. It'll only be a morning thing tomorrow. And then once we get to this time tomorrow, we'll basically be right into the 40s, similar to today. And then tomorrow afternoon, we'll try our best to get to the lower 60s. Some of the latest information is coming in a little bit cooler for Black Friday's high temperature. And I would not be shocked if 1 or 2 places don't ever hit 60 tomorrow. That will be primarily inland. So places near Pearl River, Stone, and George counties, maybe a spot there might only have a high of 59 tomorrow. But if you're farther to the south, I do think you have a better chance since the water temperatures are a little warmer and you're closer to the relatively warmer waters in the day. That could help your temperature to kind of go up closer to the lower 60s tomorrow. Hopefully we can make it to 61. All right, in the very last part of this video, we do want to briefly talk about the rain chances that we've been mentioning for this weekend. So the good news is that if you have any plans traveling today, tomorrow, weather dry on Thanksgiving, weather dry on Black Friday. And for South Mississippi, the weather is dry on Saturday. This also includes New Orleans. But notice the rain is beginning to approach, and places like Tunica, Oxford, Greenville, Jackson, Vicksburg, Starkville, those are all places that will begin to see showers on Saturday. Those showers are going to be on the move. They're going to be moving down toward the south and east. They don't make it here on Saturday, but they do finally arrive as we go to Sunday. So on Sunday, we are finally seeing those rain showers developing across our area. And in the southern part of Mississippi, we actually could see, not any kind of like huge downpours, but instead just kind of moderate to maybe soaking rain at times on Sunday. And that's with a cool front that'll be moving through the region. Eventually on Monday, there's a possibility of a Gulf low that could form, and that could increase some of the intensity of the rain. So that's why you see that darker green showing up in a larger zone, and you even see some yellow over Louisiana, even orange and red over parts of Louisiana. So there will actually be a flood risk off to our west on Monday of next week. If you have travel plans around that time frame, understand that that's what we'll be dealing with in the region will be those higher rain chances. So there's a look at your 7-day forecast. We'll take a quick look at the futurecast for the weekend in case you have some travel plans and you want to time things out. There's a look at the Saturday time frame. Saturday morning, we got some sunshine. Saturday afternoon, we are getting some clouds on the Mississippi coast. Areas north of us getting in on some rain showers like Jackson. Saturday evening, we still don't have much rain here on the Mississippi coast, but there are still some rain showers to our north, closer to Jackson. That's that cool front that's approaching, and you can see those heavier downpours in Louisiana. They don't make it here by midnight, Saturday night, but if we go to Sunday's futurecast, that's when we start to see some of that wet weather approaching, and you do want to be ready for that. Maybe if you have some church plans Sunday morning, we can see some of this rain moving in the morning hours, so that is something to watch for. It doesn't look like it's going to be like severe weather, but primarily just some scattered rain showers. That could be a possibility for you Sunday morning. These stick around at times on Sunday afternoon, so you can see the rain in South Mississippi Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, and then eventually we might see a decrease by Sunday night. But then there is a possibility, like we said, for a Gulf low to develop on the end of that front, and that could send additional rain showers to the region on Monday. Some of those could be heavy, mainly off to our west in Louisiana. So you can see that heavier rain building Louisiana, mainly lighter rain for us on the Mississippi coast. And this continues Monday into the overnight hours into Tuesday. So something that we'll keep a close eye on for your forecast next week. And our team, as we monitor the latest information, will make those adjustments to the rain chances. Right now, they look like 40%. But if the information continues to trend toward a rainy pattern around that time, then don't be surprised if those rain chances increase. Like I said, our team will make those adjustments as necessary. Well, that'll pretty much do it for this Thanksgiving edition of Waking Up with Wesley. I wish you and all of your loved ones a happy Thanksgiving. And I do want to pull up my last graphic here because it's the season for Thanksgiving, which means it's the season for our turkey, Mr. Turk, which always loves to dance this time of year. And why wouldn't a turkey dance on Thanksgiving, especially if it's not in the oven yet? So I hope that your Thanksgiving is merry and filled with lots of holiday cheer and love from friends and family. And have a safe one. We'll see you again next time. Until then, take care.